A new wave of nonsense from the oldest European Association of Images and Sound, commonly known as EISA. Welcome to their ranking of the best mobile devices for 2024-2025. Before we delve into why Europeans have once again detached themselves from reality and created a mega list of smartphones, watches, and gadgets that we carry in our daily lives, which I would even say has a whiff of commercialism, let's take a closer look. I would like to ask you to subscribe to the channel. We also have a Telegram group with exclusive content. And of course, don't forget that I select and sell hi-fi audio and video equipment, offering everything at a low price, really. And I create the coolest home theaters, 12 years of experience, so feel free to reach out, links in the description. It seems that a serious gathering of journalists and experts is presenting us with some shame and disgrace. Although the association is indeed the oldest, having existed since 1982, the choice of the winner is determined by the voting of the editors-in-chief, members, and participants. It's unclear where they recruit these members, whether they are somehow brainwashed or just receiving kickbacks. But how can they award first place to the Sony Xperia 1.6 as the best device for content creation? It's just absurd. Let's start. Let's read what they actually write. And the first place is the best product of 2024-2025, the Honor 200 Pro smartphone, my friends. The portal for 2025, the Honor 200 Pro smartphone, my friends. Honestly, I am in shock. Let me explain why, but first, let's read. The Honor 200 Pro is highlighted as the best smartphone due to its exceptional camera, impressive performance, and magnificent finish. It is equipped with a versatile triple camera system featuring a 50-megapixel main sensor, a 50-megapixel telephoto lens, and a 12-megapixel ultra-wide lens, which delivers stunning photos in various conditions. The portrait mode provides professional shots with impressive bokeh effects. In addition to its camera capabilities, the Honor boasts a stylish design. This, by the way, is a controversial topic. And you know what else, friends? Splash protection, splash protection. It doesn't even have protection against regular water. I mean, you can't just submerge it like most smartphones. What a disgrace. It also has a bright 6.78-inch OLED display, by the way, with a refresh rate of 120 Hz. A powerful chipset, by the way, the Snap 8s Gen 3, and a reliable battery with a capacity of 5200. Overall, it's not bad with the ability for fast charging at 100 watts, which is actually a useful feature, but it still drains the batteries, my friends, which makes it a leading contender in the smartphone market. But this is just some kind of nonsense, friends, to award it, you see, that's the point. If you give the title of the best device, it really should be the best in everything. But let's agree, this isn't a ranking. It's the best in terms of price to quality ratio. When you realize that there is, say, some super mega cool iPhone that costs a crazy amount of money, or even not an iPhone, but for example some Virtue, which has everything perfect, including the cameras, but costs $500,000, yes, well, it doesn't fit this characteristic, but here we are talking about the best smartphone. Therefore, this Honor cannot possibly be called the best smartphone. Why? Because there is the Samsung 24, although I wouldn't place it in first place. And of course, there's the S24 Ultra, friends. Don't get me wrong, I'm not some kind of fan, no, but this smartphone is truly one of the coolest on the market right now because it has the strongest camera, a great processor, it looks fantastic, it has artificial intelligence, everything is maximally balanced, and the quality is very, very luxurious. I also want to say that I don't like iPhones, although you see I have a Mac. I don't use Apple products except for the laptop. But friends, I definitely want to say that there is the iPhone 15 Pro, and now there's the 16 and the Pro Max, friends. Well, in any case, you should have at least mentioned these smartphones, because they are also benchmarks in their class. Well, if you don't like the S24 and you don't like the iPhone 15 Pro, what other competitors are there for this device? Well, first of all, the Motorola Edge 50 Ultra. It's a super device. It has a leather back, or maybe wood. Plus, it has decent water protection. Overall, it's a more serious device. Yes, it's a bit more expensive, but it's just luxurious. Moreover, the Xiaomi 14 costs $800, or rather, 800 euros. It is also an excellent device. It has roughly the same features. And there's a Leica lens, my friends. So it's good. Well, I'm not talking about all those Huawei Puro 70. It's pretty much the same. But I would never give Huawei the top spot anyway. So, it's completely unclear how this device was given such a rating. I'll show you its image on the screen now. This lens looks just unattractive. I understand that the iPhone has 3 great cameras, and Samsung has 5 lenses that look cool, but here we have this elongated thing that just doesn't look good at all. It also works strangely, because Huawei has traditionally always been under sanctions, so there have always been questions about it. Friends, after all, Honor is essentially a product of Huawei. Moreover, I remember when I held this pill-shaped cutout in my hands. It looks so cheap. Overall, everything about it is quite ordinary, friends. The only thing I can mention is that it has this special setting for portrait photography from Harcut, a so-called studio, the famous photo studio in Paris. Yes, there are certain advantages, but again, all of this can be addressed through third-party applications if you wish. So, do you want to overpay for the Harcut? Yep. Please, go ahead and buy the Honor. But if not, consider the S24, iPhone, or any other option. They will simply be much better, and they offer more than just splash resistance. Let's move on. The second nomination, Best Product, Smartphone for Content Creation. In Sony, Xperia 1.6. This is the coolest fail I've ever seen, and I'll explain why. But before that, let's read what they say about it. The Sony Xperia from Sony stands out as the best smartphone for content creators due to its impressive video recording capabilities and the XMR-T4 mobile sensor for enhanced photo performance. For passionate photographers, it is equipped with a triple camera featuring a standard 16mm and 24mm lens, as well as an additional focal length of 48mm, along with a continuous optical telephoto lens of 85-170mm with the capability for tele-macro shooting. The 10mm with tele-macro shooting capability is, by the way, quite good. All lenses are equipped with ZS optics. We know that this is serious, coming from one of the oldest cool German companies that make glasses, and various sites. One of the oldest cool German companies that make glasses and various sites. One of the oldest cool German companies that make glasses and various sites. One of the oldest sites. And accordingly, the lenses. There are no questions about ZS here, though. Recently, I kind of feel that it's more about marketing. This phone even has technology to assess a person's posture, can you imagine? The device supports HDR recording at up to 120 frames per second in 4K, which ensures cinematic quality and stunning shooting results. Well, to be fair, it does record both video and photos well. Additionally, its 6.5-inch OLED display with a refresh rate of 120 Hz, Snap 8s Gen 3 processor, and a 5000 mAh battery provide up to 2 days of usage. But again, in what mode? Up to 2 days. If you leave it, it could be 5 days. But if you watch and edit, then it's a maximum of about 5 hours. It makes it a powerful device for any multimedia tasks you can imagine. Friends, this is complete nonsense because you cannot give the Sony Xperia 1.6 the top spot as the best smartphone for content creators. Because in any case, again, this place should be occupied by at least the iPhone 15 Pro Max, and now it's already the 16, since we've all seen Apple's new presentation, and of course the S24 Ultra, which first of all has a stylus, friends, with which it is significantly more interesting and easier to work, especially if you are creating content or editing it. On top of that, there is a camera with 100 times zoom, allowing you to capture almost aliens on the moon. Moreover, the form factor is much cooler. And of course, the sound is definitely not worse here, so, well, the screen, friends, let's quickly compare. Here is the Sony Xperia, and let's go through the points. I always love to get to the point. Well, look, Samsung has a much cooler coating. It has Gorilla Glass armor, plus a titanium frame, just like the iPhone 15 Pro Max. Furthermore, in terms of weight, they are roughly the same, with some differences. By the way, the iPhone is the lightest at 187 grams. 15, well, let's see. All right, fine. Let's take a look at the 15 Pro Max. Sony leads in weight, 192G, versus Samsung 232G and iPhone 221G. In every other aspect, it's absolutely. Not that the outsider is simply worse, because look at the screen. 2600 nits peak brightness for Samsung, while the iPhone has 2000 nits HBM. The iPhone also supports Dolby Vision, which Sony does not have anything similar to. But most importantly, friends, look at the screen resolution. 1080 by 2340 for Sony and 1440 by 40 for Sony. At 3120 pixels for Samsung and a pixel density of 396 for Sony compared to 505 for Samsung, it is simply a leader. And 460 for the iPhone Pro Max. Friends, therefore, where you will see a higher quality image is of course on Samsung. As for Android, it's basically the same in terms of the processor, again with Snap 8s Gen 3 in Sony and Samsung, and Apple A17 in the iPhone. Everything is roughly the same. The camera, if we look at the dry specifications, has a light sensitivity of 1.9 for Sony, 1.7 for Samsung, and 1.8 for the iPhone, so there's no chance, friends. I don't know how such rankings were even made. Who makes them? Which Sony? What are we talking about? I remember I had the Sony Xperia 1 when it was first released and I had a bad experience with it. Friends, Sony has never been known for great quality. I remember the Xperia. I bought it for the first time and decided to show how waterproof it is in the evening. I dipped it in a glass of water. Can you imagine? In the morning, I wake up and the lens is completely covered with condensation. Somehow it let moisture in, friends. Here you have the renowned quality of Sony, a brand. Third position. The best smartphone with artificial intelligence. Oppo Reno 12 Pro. Again, I simply do not agree with this ranking. Yes, Oppo has good models, they have good flagships. But why did they choose this particular phone? It's really a good mid-range device, but nothing more than that. It can't be better in terms of artificial intelligence, because there's the Samsung S24 Ultra. Well, let's read what they say about it. Thanks to its advanced features, the Oppo Reno 12 Pro surpasses other smartphones in various aspects. EISA 2.0 effortlessly removes unwanted objects from photos. Friends, this feature is also present in the S24, and I will say more. It is even available in the S21 Ultra, providing a cleaner and more professional image. AI Clear Face enhances group photos by increasing clarity and reducing distortions, making each face in the picture stand out. AI Link Boost provides a seamless connection even in weak network environments, enhancing your online experience. In addition, the Reno 12 Pro boasts a 6.7-inch AMOLED display and a powerful MediaTek Dimensity 7300 energy processor, along with a 5000 mAh battery. Well, where is MediaTek going? Well, what MediaTek? With fast charging, which makes it a versatile device for both enthusiasts and regular users. What enthusiasts? And what are you talking about? God, it has a couple of ordinary features related to photography. And you already say that it's some kind of advanced device with artificial intelligence. Everyone knows that the Samsung 24 was a groundbreaking model in this regard. The Koreans have a bunch of features related to real artificial intelligence, like translating conversations in real time, where you can just press a button and it will translate everything on your screen. In general, there are a lot of different features, not to mention photography. So, who are the competitors of this phone, my friends? There are quite a few competitors. Well, for starters, take the Realme GT6, which costs about the same but is significantly better in every aspect. OnePlus Dual VR, Poco F6 Pro, Xiaomi 3GT Pro, and of course the Samsung S24, all of them are at least not worse, and in many parameters even better, my friends, so there can be no talk of these Reno 12 Pro devices, especially since it has quite a few downsides, namely poor video stabilization, because, well, you don't shoot video and everything shakes. I don't know why, because of the cheap parts. On top of that, it's quite expensive at launch. There are also questions regarding the ultra-wide camera, so no enhancers will help you. Thank goodness we've sorted out the smartphones. It's clear that the ranking is indeed inadequate. Next on their list are the best smartwatches. Do you know who they gave it to? Huawei O4 Pro Space Edition. Yes, these are good watches, my friends, no doubt about it. They are priced relatively affordably, have a titanium body, and come with some nice features in terms of software. In my humble opinion, the best smartwatch is the one I am currently wearing. This is Garmin. Well, not because I bought them, but really before just to spend money on this model, I read a lot of literature. I browsed foreign forums, I compared, I looked at Apple Watch, my God, Polar watches. I had several generations of Samsung, I looked at Huawei, And I came to a conclusion and was not mistaken, my friends, because you always need to study the topic. Dig deep, study the material, read reviews, not those written by incomprehensible people, but, as a rule, on forums, there is always the truth. Or to seek advice from professionals who are immersed in this topic, who can process such a volume of information, separating the wheat from the chaff, and obtaining truly necessary and useful information. So, Garvin, why are they better? First of all, there is a model range for every occasion, starting from affordable options and going up to the Epics and even the Mark, which cost around $300,000 and truly offer you a premium experience. But that's not the point. The point is that it has the best sensors, one of the coolest, let's say, bodies. And there is also a titanium body and sapphire glass. But again, that's not the main thing. The main thing is the software, which is, again, unparalleled. It includes stress measurement, sleep phases, blood oxygen levels, a very accurate pulse oximeter, and it monitors breathing. These are simply amazing watches that won't let you get lost, and they have really saved me several times. Moreover, which is also important, they last a long time without needing a charge. Personally, mine with such a bright display can last up to 7 days without a charge. 7 days. They also have an amazing flashlight, which is really very useful. Therefore, there can be no question of Huawei even being considered. I would place Apple in second place, specifically the Ultra model, after Garmin, and Samsung in third place. The next category is the best rings, friends. Of course, I would definitely place the One ring at the top, but unfortunately, I still can't find it anywhere. So what do we have? This is the so-called Aura ring. I know it has 15 sensors, I haven't tried it myself, but you know, when you have Garmin watches, it's absolutely, in my opinion, an unnecessary device because the watches do all the same things, just bigger, better, and let's say more efficiently, and nothing gets in the way. Therefore, I wouldn't buy it. It's a very niche device, again, with a very short battery life of 7 days, which is really, really bad. Well, it costs quite a bit, so no, friends, it's a very niche product. Next. Here, I probably agree with them. This is the best portable loudspeaker, the so-called moral biggie. Yes, it's a cool device, it has amazing bass and it looks quite interesting. You can take a look at it on the screen. A good device. Israelis make quality products, and you know, if you watch the channel, I reviewed the so-called Moral and Avir floor and bookshelf speakers, delving into the very essence, examining their drivers and crossovers. Yes, everything is done well there. I always recommend Moral. It has a very neutral, high-quality sound. Well, and here it's also, you know, a bit geared towards the youth. They love all of this. This so-called drilling is just for you, friends, for the young guys, this little speaker here. And you will stand out not with a Jebel or a pop-style Marshall, but with a Morel. Did you know that the Pagani Zonda comes with Moral speakers as standard? Now you will too. Consider it as if you are driving a Pagani. In the survey, the penultimate item is the best portable projector. They rank the X-Gym Mogo 3 Pro. It's a good projector, no doubt, but in my opinion, the portable projector from Samsung is somehow more interesting. Yes, it costs quite a bit, but it really offers an amazing picture, and on top of that is compatible with Samsung. So I won't dwell on it for long. In general, in my opinion, a portable projector is quite a niche topic that, well, I'm used to. If you're watching a movie, you should watch it in the best possible way. Hang up an Epson, GVC, or Sony, or set up an OLED TV and enjoy the music. More precisely, films, or better yet, all together. Well, you understand me, my, so to speak, sense of humor. Moving on, the last question. Compact DAC Hi-Fi Audio Go Bar Kinsey. I haven't used it, but I have a general idea of what it will be like and how it will work. I won't focus on the technical specifications. I'll put it this way. For me, listening to music is something special. Not exactly sacred, but like a celebration. I don't listen to music through headphones, even high-quality ones. I don't listen to music through my smartphone, and certainly not through the TV speakers, and God forbid, through sound bars. Even in the car, I try not to listen, although I have a very serious system, a German Harman Baker amplifier made a long time ago, back in 2008. The 5000 series, so to speak. From the 2000s, so to speak, the 2000s. Harman is still Harman. And still I try not to spoil my, let's say, perception. not to ruin my ears by just casually listening to music. For me, it's about sitting in front of serious speakers like these KEF ones. You prepare for it, choose a specific place, relax, and put on your favorite track. It doesn't have to be vinyl. Let's not get caught up in these so-called rituals, like the record over there. It's not even about that. It's not about the record. The thing is, you just need to choose a place, relax, and listen. Yes, not everyone has the opportunity to listen to speakers like these. But using all these DACs, well, that's not for me, so let's leave that out of the picture. What do you think about this selection, friends? Please write your thoughts in the comments. Your opinion is important to me. If I am wrong somewhere or you disagree with me on the substance, I am always glad to hear it and will respond to you as best as I can. So like, subscribe, and all the best. Bye, friends.